listening to the Daily Yogi Podcast. Every weekday, I'll share timeless yogi wisdom in bite-sized relatable lessons you can apply immediately to help you expand your perspective on life. Connor Clapton, a 4-year-old boy, was traveling with his family in New York. They were staying on the 53rd floor of a building. One of the cleaning staff left a window open, and Connor, with the curiosity of any child, leaned out. He didn't understand the height. He fell to his death. His father, Eric Clapton, already a world-famous musician, was the one who had to identify the body. After that, Eric disappeared. For months he didn't play, he didn't sing. It was as if grief and guilt had swallowed his entire identity. Then, a year later, he returned with a song for his son, Tears in Heaven. A song so raw and true, it would later be named one of the greatest songs ever written. What happened to Eric wasn't just that he accepted what happened. He transmuted the pain into something beautiful. Psychologists like Richard Tedeschi call it post-traumatic growth. Some people don't go back to normal after devastation. They grow beyond who they were. The yogis taught this long ago. They explained that pain itself is not what destroys us. What destroys us is identification when the mind says, the pain is me. When that identification breaks, the old personality collapses and something deeper is forced to emerge. Think of your brain as a forest of familiar paths, your routines, your relationships, your sense of self. These are trails so well worn you walk them without thinking. Severe trauma is like a forest fire. It burns everything down. The old paths cease to exist. That's why loss feels like the end of the world, because neurologically and psychologically, it is the end of that world. The yogis say suffering arrives when an old structure can no longer contain the life force moving through it. Pain breaks the form so consciousness can reorganize at a higher level. In other words, pain breaks the shell so your consciousness can build a larger one. Like a snake shedding skin it's outgrown. Energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed. Clapton's pain didn't disappear. It couldn't. That energy had to go somewhere. The mind will always transform pain into illness, despair, or creation. There are pains in life so great they leave only two choices: die with the old self or build something entirely new from the ashes. If this episode gave you something to think about, please leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you're listening. On Apple Podcasts, go to the show homepage, scroll down to the rating sections, then tap Write Review. On Spotify, go to the show homepage, tap the 3 dots, select Rate Show, and choose your stars. Reviews signal to the algorithm that this podcast is worth promoting and help new listeners discover the show. Thank you. Your support means a lot and goes a long way. And as always, take this reflection into the silence, and I'll see you next time.